Yeah.
That's what's up.
Are we back again? We're back at it again. And the sun is shining.
Hey, hold on.
And the sun is shining.
Future.
The sun is shining. Damn. Son. You're blinding us away. Get your back in.
Hey, can I appreciate the melanin?
Yeah, you can appreciate. Yeah. So welcome back to Opinion Outlaws. The only thing you cannot say is you cannot say that.
And unfortunately, you cannot say that.
You cannot say that. You cannot say that.
Hey,
That's meta for you, baby.
You just told it, so you were able to say that.
Are you able?
You were able to say that correctly because usually we've been failing to say that, but now you just said it without any stumbling the words. So you were able to say that.
When did I not complete the sentence?
Me, I was talking about myself.
Exactly. Don't you say we. This ain't no we. So today's topic
no
no sponsors. Not yet, actually. We tried Kool-Aid, but
Hey, come on. It's coming.
it's coming. Yeah, it's coming for sure.
One day.
For sure.
We'll be blessed.
God is a witness. Today we were discussing what kind of topics do we now continue from the last topic that we had, which was the diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Yep.
And from that point, you have a bunch of choices that do we go this way, do we go that way, do we go that way, and can we say a lot of stuff about that? Can we talk about this? In a sense that do we have a lot of knowledge or experience in that? For example, we could say like, for example, cultural sensitivity is one topic that we can discuss. But do we personally have more knowledge about that than, for example, the body positivity thing? An example, I'm just spouting out what we thought about before we entered this. And we came to a conclusion that today's topic is body positivity and self-acceptance.
Amen.
These are the topics that we will discuss today. And we will start off by saying, or actually explaining, that what does the body positivity and self-acceptance mean to you guys?
All right. You want to go first or me?
Because I'm kind of hesitant a little bit about this subject for two reasons. Because either I will jump to the dark end of the spectrum, or I will maintain a pretty level grounding on the subject. But I would say like this: the way I view body positivity is pretty much that. It's body positivity and acceptance. Well, self-acceptance. Kind of like if you mold them both together, I would see it as in a way of, let's say you have a future or certain distinctive feature in your body that you cannot really do anything about. Example, you got a crooked teeth or your hair grows certain ways, etc., etc. You just, say like, it is what it is, can't do much about it, but that's part of me. I'm good with that. Yeah. That's something that I would like qualify more like a body positivity rather than just, for example, letting yourself loose, not take care of your hygienic or care of your body and be like, oh, this is just me, I'm accepted. No, that's just you abusing yourself and letting it loose in a way. So that is like how I view body positivity and acceptance, that you accept things that you cannot really do anything about and you just say that it's part of you and that's that. Pretty much.
Amen. Thank you. And I pretty much agree on very many levels. Like body positivity, first of it's pretty self-explanatory word in itself when you think about it. You have certain type of body you have been born with. You live with it, you breathe with it, you eat with it, you do whatever you need to do with it. You accept it or you don't. Pretty simple. Self-acceptance, pretty similar, but it's more, are we talking about self-acceptance regarding body positivity or just in general?
No, regarding more of a
body positivity.
Okay. But we can also distract them.
Yeah, but I think like pretty much it's just like body positivity, self-acceptance is pretty similar like self-acceptance. You accept yourself with all your flaws and all those kind of things, or your strengths. You understand that you're a flawed human being, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. But I have to agree with you. Like there's a line between like accepting, okay, here's something I cannot do to this, and here's the thing I can do. For example, for me, last year December, I injured my back when I was doing this
Carrying this podcast.
carrying this podcast. Exactly. I was doing it all by myself, and you were just slacking off, man. No. I was doing. I don't know if you're familiar with this equipment called hex bar. Hex bar is basically this kind of rounded thing, bar where there's a hole right in the middle of it, you know, and you step in and you have like I had about 90 kilos there. No, yeah, there had been 2 weeks of break. I no warm up, nothing. 90 kilos. I just did it. I just went there. I started raising them. He couldn't raise, so I became pissed off because I knew that 2 weeks ago I was able to raise it with ease. So I just, fuck it, I will just raise it. I will force it. And until this day, I'm paying the price. I have a back injury. It's neural nerve. It does nothing, but it's been pretty painful, especially when I raise from sitting position to raising. That's something I can influence, but I cannot control. I don't know how long it's gonna be there. I don't know if it's gonna be always there. But I know that if I go to physiotherapist and he's gonna give me or she's gonna give me advice, I can take action to kind of improve it and decrease the amount of pain I experience. But for now, unless I choose to do a body surgery or something like that, for now that's something I can control. So I have 2 options: whether I will whine and bitch about it or I just accept it as a part of my life for now. That's what I think is body positivity for now, in my eyes. Now, I read an article somewhere this year that there was a law in New York just printed, like put into action, that discrimination of overweight people is like it was something about anyways that they should like decrease the amount of discrimination with overweight people.
When was this?
It was around. I read this article around spring or early this year. I sent it to you actually, and maybe I will send a link to the reference or something. You can read it. It's although it's in Finnish, so you. Pretty much, in that there was a lot of like, I guess there was at least one I remember about the article itself was there was a part where there was a bit of like reflection how little traditional dance had left space for multiple types of body types and all that kind of stuff. But when you think about it, dance is pretty physical act itself. Ballet, hip hop dance, whatever it is, it's very physical. It's a hobby. It's a physical thing you do. So it's to me, it's just common sense that if you are overweight, the way you make moves is not going to be as easy as, for example, you're athletic. To me, it's just common sense. But for some people, they find it so important to rationalize, yeah, I'm overweight, this is the way I am. You shouldn't discriminate me or make my life more difficult because of that. And we're not saying there's anything wrong with those people, but there is wrong. I think the problem comes the way you think about it and you rationalize your overweight. And then you think like, no, this is just how I am, as if you couldn't control it. You see my point? So when you're overweight, you can always do something about it. It's not just something, of course, you can always choose to accept it, but it's not the same thing as having an injury that is permanent, possibly. So that's my take on it, body positivity.
Yeah, I know. Wanted to clear a little bit something about the, because somebody might have got the image of, right away they're like disrespecting the people who are like in the bigger size of the spectrum. No, in my opinion, it don't really matter. Even if you're like skinny as a stick, closer kind of like what I am right now, skinny as a stick or a little bigger on the size, it don't matter to me as long as you strive to be better and you strive to have your body in a most optimal state that you can use it. like really use it and so etc. The moment that you have any inability to use it in certain scenario because of your body shape or size or so, then we have a problem, you know. Well, yeah.
I just want to clarify. I'm not saying that you're horrible people if you're overweight. That's not the issue here. But I'm saying that if you haven't thinking like, if, let's say you're overweight, and well, that's gonna to a certain extent at some point it's gonna bring certain limitations to you. If that's gonna be the case, you telling me that this is the way I am, that's straight out lying. Because you can always change it. You can always influence what you put in your body, what you do to it. So to me, it's just weird that nowadays we just make it this is just the way I am. It's okay to do whatever you want with your body, and just encourage it. Even like you can, no matter if you're overweight or fit.
My body, my choice.
Yeah, your body, your choice. Of course, that's the way it is. That's the way it is. That's the way it is.
What the? It's me. I'll choose what I'm choosing.
My bad. But yeah, it suited very well.
Yeah. Anyway, so whether you are overweight or not, that's totally up to you. That's your decision. I am no person to start judging you. But the problem comes in when you say that it's okay to kind of feed into your delusion that no matter what is your weight, you can do exactly the same things as someone who is athletic, because it's not just a question of opinion. It's also about your physical ability, your endurance, and all that kind of stuff. If you go jogging every single day, you go to gym, it's just a fact that you will be able to perform at a very different level compared to when you're overweight and you don't do anything, and you eat like you want, you sleep like you want. And, you just do whatever you want with your body. It's just a fact.
Yes, sir.
My simple ruling is: are you able to survive with the, state of you, the state that your body is right now? If all the accessible commodities and services that we got going on right now, if they were removed all of a sudden, you had to survive purely on whatever you have right now, would you be able? That's pretty much my logic. If you are able, then you're in a good state. So, example, if you're somebody. So, yeah. But what about you? Because we just be seeing you nodding your head right now, and you're like, yeah. My body, my choice. So, give us a little like a perspective or a view into your world, how you view body positivity and self-acceptance.
Yeah. Well, it's not a surprise that I had this, I would say not, what's it called, the body when you're not okay with your body.
Body negativity.
Not
Just turn it around.
No, it's the...
Kind of like a delulu.
Delulu. No, it has a word for it. That you're not okay with your body.
Well, let's just say you were not okay with your body.
No, there is a certain word, and I want to say that because it ties up to what I'm trying to wrap my thoughts.
Okay with your
What's it called? Body dysmorphia.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. The Lulu. You're technically the Lulu at that point.
Yeah. Well, basically, I had it in a sense, not in a sense that it bothered me so much, but I had it in a sense where I was, as anyone who in this group is, when they were smaller, they were skinny. I was a stick. I was powerful always. I had power, but I didn't have raw power. And I know for a fact that you were a skinny guy. I know you were a skinny guy because we went to the same school, my guy. So we went to the same school. We weren't with this. You were with the same school in elementary school.
Until much later.
But basically, it bothered me when I was a younger guy. Not in a sense that it bothered me with my confidence or my ability to do the work or my ability for competence. It never bothered me in that. But it bothered me that I knew that if I actually wanted, I could put on some muscle. I could look better. And that bothered me. So then it goes to, okay, are you satisfied with your body, or are you okay with your body? So there's the line for me that, okay, where does it say? Because I was not okay with my body, how I was. I was not okay. About 3 years ago, I was not this guy. Like I thought,
He's him.
he's him. No, I'm serious. First of all, I didn't have long hair. My beard.
Recommended by who?
This
Since
guy,
when?
this guy. He
Don't
recommended.
listen to me, man.
He recommended me actually about 10 years ago, something
10
like
years
that.
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
grow his hair.
like very young. We were very young when
You know, he could be the Alexander the Great. You know,
he said to me that, yeah, you should
little bit.
you should let your hair grow out and your beard go out as well.
Little bit, you know, have a little change of scenery, because he always had like
Change of
clean
scenery.
shave, short hair, and I used to have it too until after military. I had my like long dreads, and now I'm regrowing them again.
Yeah,
because
actually,
I realized long hair is just the thing for me, you know, to look sexier than a motherfucker.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
just saying. I'm just saying.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and even I actually used to have a long hair, so.
Yeah,
It depends on a person.
he had actually a long hair, like the rock star hair.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know, you
Yeah.
gotta appreciate what you got going on.
Yes, sir.
You gotta
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now same thing as for me too. Was that the military forced me to?
Yep. Hey, in military, I already had short hair. Because before military, I always had like short hair. I always like kind of same as Idel. I always had maintained like really short hairstyle or medium at best, or actually afro. That was the last
You
one.
had afro.
I had afro. So after military, I was like, you know what? Let me Hey, I want to see what's up. You know, let it. Oh boy, and I was enjoying it. The moment I realized I could like do the waves and all that.
Oh, man.
I was living the life.
You did the waka flocka thing.
Hey, bro, I was like, oh, bro, I look pretty. I look pretty.
Yeah. So basically, I was not satisfied with my body. I was just okay. So I accepted that this is what type of body I have. I know for a fact that my metabolism works so fast because from a young age, my father put us in a sport. And then when you are in a sport as a young age, the metabolism just goes. And it's almost, especially if you are like under 18, it's very hard for you to put on any muscle, in my opinion, because you're still growing. You're still growing, you're still using a lot of energy. So therefore, even if you eat surplus calories, you still have that, I would say, overlap until, for me, I started to pack muscle when I was 23, like actual muscle. You get what I'm saying?
Can I relate?
You get, yeah, exactly.
I can relate. The video, the camera that is recording right now, it has, you know, because Snapchat has like the memories.
Exactly.
Hey, yo, 2 years back, 3 years back, 1 year back. I'm like, hold up, that was me, bro.
You get what I'm saying?
Hold on, what? That's me.
You get what I'm saying? And the same thing goes for you. We have actually video evidence of it.
Oh yeah, from about 4 years ago when I began my studies here in Savonia, we had this school project where we had to perform our company's, you know, the whatever thing it was,
pitch.
pitch, you know, pitch
pitch
thing. And man, how scrawny I was. I was, you know, very small.
I can't blame you.
Almost like you.
I can't blame you, because what you say about, you know, back in this, because you remember in like primary school, middle school, you always had that nurse like checking that they kind of like see your weight, your height, and etc. Every time I went there, every time they said you're underweight.
Yeah.
You know the pressure that you had all the time when you said you're underweight for the height that you are. Because now I'm, you know, for the ladies, six foot one. You know, gotta, you know.
It's two, baby.
Wait, is it 2?
I'm saying this too.
Hey, you know, a few more, you know, God bless me all around. But yeah, exactly. Every time I was told that I'm underweight, I'm like, what you mean I'm underweight? Because back then, like you said, we did sports. We were constantly like, the metabolism was working. So even though I was eating the same amount as everybody else, I still didn't gain weight.
Yeah.
So I was like, what you mean I'm underweight? Like, my body's working fine. I'm jumping around. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. But every time I go to your check-in, you tell me I'm underweight. So what you want me to be? Fat? for me to be normal in your sense. And
I believe that you also had this when you go to somebody family members.
Oh,
you look skinny, my boy. Haven't you eaten for a while? Like, what? Don't your parents feed you enough?
yeah.
You're like, what the?
Always.
Always
Every
like,
single time.
brother, you look kind of skinny. Bro, I'm hearing those same stories till this day.
Really?
Yeah, like, let's say 6 months back, oh, bro, you look okay. Now you start looking fine. You start looking good. You start looking in shape. Then a few months after that, you look a little bit thick now. You know, you look in the bigger size. Then a few months forward, bro, you look skinny again. So you can like never satisfy anybody with that game. But yeah, back to that earlier story about the school times, because it's very relatable between us on that subject, because we went to same school on top of that, so we got to hear the same freaking stories constantly. And
Do you know that we got mixed up many times?
bro, yes,
how?
That's the question. That is the actual question.
You're white.
exactly.
You're black.
Exactly.
How the fuck do you get?
I don't know. The teacher had a little short circuit between their name or not even names. Somehow I'm like, still to the end of the day, how the fuck do you mix the names too? Like
But
the one starts with I, the other one starts with B. How, so I was like, yeah, but I mean, we were at least back then we were pretty similar height, so understandable, and we hang around a lot. So because on top of that, we tended to be the group who, when somebody did something wrong, you can always immediately be like, yeah, you're part of that group. You're part of that group. Hey, I know you're his friend, so you're definitely part of that shit group. But yeah, so to that earlier, even though you were told that you're skinny, you start thinking about, hold up, I can do all those like same things. I can lift high, big weights, and etc. etc. So it got you a little confused on your like body situation, because you were like, to me, I feel normal. But to you, you're telling me I don't. Based on the medical data, I'm not like I'm underweight. I haven't eaten properly. Man, that got you like confused. At least in like middle school, primary school, and even high school a little bit as well. Because same as you said, after military times, I actually started gaining weight. Because in military, I gained 10 kilos and lost the same 10 kilos in like short period of time. Like my weight was fluctuating constantly, and how would I say? After military, just before I started sprinting, I was actually 92, the highest, 92 and a half or 93, the highest weight that I ever been. And yeah, I felt like I had more power, but nah, bro, my body, I felt like I wasn't in the most optimal that I could do like a lot of things. Like, yeah, power-wise, I can like lift a lot. Like, bro, your boy was deadlifting, benching, we were on point. But it wasn't the optimal state. And that's when I realized, that you got to find your own. That's why I say, like, I don't discriminate people on, how big of you are, unless we're speaking of the overweight, when you like just don't take care of yourself. Just find the optimal balance that your body, you can use it properly. Even if you're a bigger guy, if you can like do acrobats and shit, bro, enjoy yourself. That's you. Do you? But yeah.
And from there, I such as him, because we had the same nurse, and we had the pretty similar cultures, where didn't matter if you went to our auntie be like, why you're not eating? I'm eating 5 times a day, 6 times a day. What you talking about? You're not eating.
My life story too.
You get what I'm
Pretty
saying? Like you
similar.
have similar.
I think
story.
it has sometimes when I was with my family. Oh, you're scrawny, but you will grow some muscle at some point, And eventually I did a bit. So now I don't feel scrawny. I never did feel scrawny. And even when I went to the gym around the time I was at high school, even back then, I felt very scrawny, and people were still telling me like, "You're scrawny." God damn it! I had gone to the gym. Even back then, I was going to the gym quite consistently. So I was like, "Oh, come on, man! What am I doing wrong?" Even though I was going to the gym, and I had going to the gym, and before that I had fencing, so I was thinking, okay, what am I doing wrong? But eventually, I guess, like you said, as your metabolism is very on high alert, working all the time. Even if you work out, you eat a lot, all that stuff, it will just all be used on your development. So
Yeah, because you're still growing.
yeah,
Like, isn't it there one studies have done that guys especially they grow till they are 25,
Very much.
something like that.
That's what my
So-
mom will be telling me all the time.
So
bro.
even if you don't pack muscle until like in your mid 20s, it's not a big deal. Not because, of course, it bothers. I've been bothered, but I've seen it in myself. Like I've seen it. I have put as much of time in the gym as I was many years ago, and even in military. My weight first, actually, my weight went different in military because my weight dropped first, and then
You gained the weight.
I gained the weight because literally for me military was that after that first month, because it was so cold, first second month, after that it was just a routine from 8 to 4, 8 to 5 you had that routine, and then afterwards you're free. What else to do? Go to the gym. Simple as that. It was simple as that. And we had good food in military. I'm not going to take
That's
that
true.
away.
Actually,
Hey, that's funny. Yeah.
much better than any food
In school.
Yeah.
And funny thing, the reason why I actually like gained and dropped weight was that it was kind of like a shock to my body because I was the type that I didn't eat that many times a day. So all of a sudden starting to eat 4 times a day, it kind of gets your body in a, hold on, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like I gotta melt all this down and
Yeah.
then bring it down, all that. So that's why I kind of like the weight fluctuated.
Yeah.
And worst part was it was under a month. So imagine
Jesus.
yeah, under a month, your weight just and then drops down all of a sudden.
This guy.
Hey, but even though I like gained and lost weight in such a rapid pace, I was still in very like optimal state.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
still able to like run fast, keep do stuff. So that's why I didn't see it as a bad thing back then.
Yeah. And for me, that feeling, I would say, completely vanished. Actually, I'm gonna tell you guys a story. Let's go.
Hey.
Story time.
I have told this in other episodes, and my boys, everybody who knows me knows that I absolutely hate the gym, the weight room. I hate it so much. I
Till this
don't.
day, I still hate it.
Especially
I
the
don't-
leg days.
I don't give a shit what
It
they.
it don't matter even if it's an upper day.
Oh, I like
Gym
that.
is
For doing that.
No, I'm telling you, if there was another way,
to gain all those muscles.
I would do it. Of course, in an ethical, moral way, not in a steroid user way.
Of course.
Like that.
to your booty cheek. Let's go.
Don't do it. Please
Still
don't
do
do
it.
it. The
You know,
steroids don't
Still
do
need
it.
that.
You still need your balls intact. You still need the power. Do you know we went with my brother in our homeland. Homeland. We went to our homeland gym, and then the gym is ghetto. So therefore, you can see guys who use something and see guys who don't use. And we were doing the tricep extensions. Me and my brother, we are very strong at that. And you have seen actually the video that I posted, the dip.
Yeah, the dip, yeah.
You saw how.
Was it there?
No, it wasn't there.
Oh.
No.
No, it wasn't there.
But me and my brother, we are very, both are in this,
Skinny, scrawny, but
not skinny, scrawny. Can we say fit?
well, kind of like I would say athletic.
Athletic.
Athletic is the build that you're.
Yes.
That's the correct word.
And because if we are athletic, and especially that we have done so long the sports, we have gained the power in the sense of if we take something, we can pull it or push it or pick it up. Because even you guys, you and the other.
We just niggas. That's the answer. We just niggas.
But I'm gonna be honest, if you haven't ever done sports or anything, then you wouldn't have that power. So basically, we have a lot of power, but our muscles don't show. For example, that we don't have that show muscle. And we were doing the tricep extensions, and the guy who was next to us, let's just say that if you're that big, and your veins are popping out, and you clearly look a little bit mad, I'm assuming, and you have round shoulders. I'm assuming that you are using something. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're just a God-given gift. I don't know. But I'm gonna assume that you're using something. He couldn't lift the weights that we were lifting. That tricep extension.
Go home. Go home.
Think about that. He is a lot older than us. So grown man strength.
At that point, I'll tell you, go home. Just go home.
Yeah, just quit.
And
quit.
we were doing tricep extensions. Like, don't get me wrong. If you do the tricep extensions, because the technique is the pure of it. If you do tricep extensions like this, then of course it doesn't count.
You're just playing around.
But we were actually doing the most difficult part away when you put your elbow tucked and you don't move your elbow, you just bring your hand down and then bring it slowly back, full range of motion. Eccentric, you go, like you put your muscle back slowly.
Exercise advisor.
I'm just
all of a sudden this turned out into like this is how you do the movement.
But basically what I'm trying to say is that power and big muscles are not maybe indifferent, but they are not always the same.
Yeah.
And for me it was that I always hated the gym, and I made, believe it or not, I made a New Year's resolution.
Oh no. Should I be worried?
About 3 years ago now. Yeah, about 3 years ago. 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And I said that I would go regularly to the gym.
This was so.
And I actually have done it for the past 2-3 years. Like regularly going to the gym. Nice. And I'm gonna be honest, I am so proud of myself in the sense that maybe I'm the only guy that I know of who has made a New Year's resolution and stick to it.
Yeah. I didn't even do those no more.
But the question is like, what is really like New Year's Eve really impacted your decision to make it anyways?
Actually, do you know it was also a heartbreak.
Yeah.
But the moment for me it was that if I have the finances well, I have the wisdom that I want, I have the humor, I have the charm, I have all these things intact. The only thing now is the physical appearance, the strength. And I know for a fact that I have more that I have now. The potential is there. I know for a fact. So in New Year's Eve, I'm looking to myself, I'm saying, well, at least it's good to try. Let's just try it out.
Got nothing to lose.
I have nothing to lose. I already hated it, but you know what? Life is like that. Life, it's better to do this pain and enjoy it later than to enjoy now and be in pain later. And I have stick to it, and I've stick to it because I saw the results. Especially the newbie gains, you know the guy, the thing.
All the scrawny kids be like, ooh.
All of a sudden, and the people like started to tell me like, hey,
you look
you start to look kind of good. What's up?
What's going on? You got a little meat around your bone now, huh?
And I remember the moment that I would say made me go, okay, I see how it is. Is that when I was in a student party? Can we say it like that? And I had that long sleeve shirt, but it's still like slim fit.
Shirt?
Slim fit.
Okay. Yeah, for a reason, you know, game move.
You know.
Yes, with another word.
And that was the first time that I was there, and ladies were groping my hands. Like it didn't happen to me before. Like it was, of course it was like,
it never did.
You know, it was before it was more of a like, you know, when ladies are, oh, stop it. You more, you flex before she hits you.
Oh, stop who, huh?
But it was more like, you know, I cannot explain it because I will be, well. And
Judge.
And that was the moment that I said, okay, now it's clear that there is something that I put work in, I put effort in, and it's now showing not just the mental part, but also the physical part. And I would believe that that was my turning point when I said, okay, I'm gonna just go to the gym. Either way, it's helping me out. And now, but I'm gonna be honest, the diet was never there
Never been.
until I was this year in Homeland.
Never been, bro.
This
the only
year-
that we need is Molochia and
Let's
that's
go.
what's up.
So basically, body positivity and self-acceptance. The line where I'm saying goes is that when you accept in yourself the features that you cannot change, height, for example, you have to accept that you will be that height. Of course, there is like surgery that you can do to longer your shins,
Too painful.
but not only it would be painful, but I'll promise you, you will never do walking or running or playing sports or anything like that normally anymore.
Yeah, and if I must say, and even like one part of it also, like especially for women, the physical appearance, that's a very important part, right?
For women.
For women, especially to some men, but mainly women. But the fact is, like, whether it is important part for you, physical appearance, whether you're a man or woman, whatever you are, still the fact is that you will grow old. You will start growing gray hair. The fact is, like, how would I put it? It's inevitable thing to happen.
Yeah.
So, of course, you can have surgeries to make yourself look younger or not, but is it really so horrible thing to let your age show? Because it's also kind of shows to other people you're human. It maybe helps you to other people understand, hey, this is what happens to everybody. Nobody is like gonna look like this for forever. That's not for necessarily a bad thing.
Does it affect though? Does it affect that? Because I've noticed in myself also that when I look older, women are more attracted to me. But when a woman looks older, she's not that attractive as if a younger woman.
But
So
but
I'm asking more of how much does it affect that? But for example, a woman 40 years old, wrinkles are starting to show, and she decides to do a Botox facelift.
I think like also like part of it is also how you owning it. Or are you owning your age at the same time, right? If you're just saying, "Oh, this is horrible, I look old," and of course you're gonna feel that you look horrible, and of course that's gonna showcase in your behavior, right? I'm not saying that like every single man is equally gonna find you equally attractive, but your thinking and your feeling about it also is gonna impact how you kind of transfer it to other people, right?
Gotcha.
But I'm not saying like, yeah, sure. If you feel like it is the right thing to do for your body, of course, go for it. If you think it's gonna help you to live life as you want to live, of course, go for it. But I guess also part of it is also like, how do you face the fact that you're aging? Also, if you're okay with it, no matter what happens, you're gonna feel better about it. I guess that's the most important thing, right? Being okay, aging, and being okay with changes, because they're inevitably gonna happen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And from that, I'm gonna ask you guys then this: where does the body positivity and self-acceptance become the negative, become the thing that is actually holding you back? Because that's why I took my example as a scrawny guy. No, my bad. Yeah, we good. We good. There's not a place in my body that can say that I have been in a better shape. Like in one particular area, maybe. Like for example, when I was fighting, yeah, I had more stamina in the ring. Like for example, but in an all general area like power, speed, stamina, all in all, this is the best that I have been. So my question more is, where does it go off where you have accepted it, but the fact is that because you have accepted, you have been defeated.
Kind of like stuck in that place that you are right now.
So, or which one of you have, or do I start? Or
Actually, you start first.
Alright.
Let's see what you got, because I'm kind of.
So the question was that when does body positivity become not about body positivity, but more of
Kind
It
of like
becomes-
hinders you down.
yeah, it becomes the thing because you have accepted or you are positive about it, you're okay with it. It's being negative thing for you.
So at what point body positivity
So,
becomes a bad thing?
Yeah, but where does it click where you say that, hey, this you're saying this is body positive, but this is not actually doing good for you. For me, how I look at it is that if there is a way for you to make a change in your body or in your physical appearance or something about it, there is no, I would say, and of course, I don't know the story that you have. Everybody has a story. Because if you have a place where you can do something about it, I must say that then there's just an excuse if you don't do it. That in my case, it's a very best example of a cases where the guy was skinny, he wanted to look good because of the reason of course, for himself, but also for the opposite gender. This is not, I'm not taking this away.
I'm not shitting.
I'm not taking this away, but the fact that also, like I said in a story, it has affected. It has affected that women look me differently.
Yep.
So I look at it as if you are not in a good shape. You're fat, or you're obese, or you have problems with, what can I say, with the beard. It's a patchy beard or a patchy hair. You can do something about it. So therefore, why you are accepting that, oh, that's just the way it is? Well, have you tried to have it in the other way?
Alternative option.
Yeah. For me, it was just 2 years of going in the gym back to back to back. And of course, to eat mama's cooking, because I don't even take supplements. I don't do any creatine, I don't do any protein. I just pure protein chicken,
All that good old stuff.
all that good old stuff. And I'm more of a believer that if you can take self-accountability towards your body, even your body, you can do something about it. Now you want, for example, like for guys, it's a six-pack. You want a six-pack? Understand, you have to put some work in. Don't watch social media. Don't watch YouTube. Understand, a lot of work, going to the gym, a lot of cardio, and it's not going to be easy, because if it was easy, then nobody would appreciate it. Or for example, for a woman, a big booty. I'ma just say it. I know you like it. I know I like it.
He just threw me under the bus like, yeah, shit. Yeah, you too.
Hey, you like those.
You
Yeah.
gotta like what you gotta like, you know.
Hey.
You gotta appreciate what you gotta appreciate.
Hey, you have to appreciate because the God gave it to her.
You know?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
It is what it is. Game is the game.
Game is game. It is game.
And for example, even for a woman, okay, some women have genetically better genes for a booty, and they can just work a little bit on it, and then they have a good booty or a big booty. But some girls don't, so they have to put an extra work towards it, and you have to put that extra work. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of eating. It takes a lot of planning and preparation and doing all this stuff. But the point is that you can still change that thing. If your booty is small and you work towards it, your booty becomes big. But
Right.
why I'm asking is the fact that even, for example, you have that yeah, I'm positive about my body, or I have accepted this about my body. It can actually, now this is how I look at it, it can actually put you away from that to reach for your potential. So now you guys, have you thought about it?
Yeah.
That where does it, in your opinion, become the problem? I'm not even starting to go with the body positive nowadays. What's that somehow fatness is accepted.
Not even fatness, obesity.
Obesity in general.
Because we all,
unhealthy habits in general.
Yeah.
Because we all have a little bit of fat here and there. You know, being, like I said, being a little round ain't always a bad thing, you know. I appreciate our little bit bigger ladies, you know, of course, as always.
Big booty Latinas.
Hey, I'm just saying, you know, baby girl, if you got a big hip, don't mind me. If you got, a little fat in your legs.
Girls, you know what to do. You know how to DM.
Y'all all beautiful, skinny ladies too, y'all beautiful, you know what I'm saying? But at the moment, as we said, or do you want to go first? Yeah, as we said, because what I wanted to go to was actually put that in few parts. It don't matter if your body shape, you're beautiful in the end of the day until it becomes obesity, something that kind of restricts your movement and how you, example, need to like change how, example, dance classes are held or etc. etc. That at that point, that's just hello, sauce, call help. But yeah, what I was trying to go at was that about the body positivity when it's become negative is more toward the goal of the subject or person. Like, what are they striving to? Because, for example, a bigger body type would be beneficial to being, power lifter, for example. So it's purely on what is the person's goal. And in my situation, it always goes back to the primary goal. Yeah. Your body is in the most optimal state of, or at least optimal enough that if all the commodities and services that we got going on to maintain your bullshit going on right now, if they were taken away, you're still able to survive in the whatever state you are right now. So that's how I think about it constantly. But overall, if you're a little bit skinny or a little bit big in the bigger size, it purely depends on what is your goal, what is your primary aim on using that body right now. So that's just me. That's the small part that I want to say.
Gotcha.
Hey, my boy, I know you already had a whole package.
Yeah.
He had the zip file on his head already.
Yeah. Like, I think, like, the first thing I think, like, in anything, when you start thinking whatever you do with your life, you need to have a certain level of self-awareness. And that's the amount of self-awareness you have about things that pretty much determines, are you able to go take your life to the direction as you want? So my question to you is, like, I guess, it's really like, when you say you accept your body and you're being positive about it, what is the core belief that you have? Like, I know that's an easy question to answer, but I mean, like, you might say that, hey, I'm okay with my body, but where is it coming from? Is it coming from the place of you genuinely have accepted it? Or is it coming from a place of resignation? I can't do anything about it, that's why I accept it. So you're not really accepting it, but you're just settling for it. So when is it coming from the place of acceptance, and when is it just a settlement? And maybe at the beginning I might have sometimes shitting on you guys having a certain type of body, but that's not my intention. My intention is just to say that with certain type of body, you get different results. That's a fact. So to me, what?
No, nothing. No. I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
Different bodies, different results. Yeah.
Yeah, different body, different results. The fact is that, like, yeah. If you...
No, you didn't just say that out loud. But yeah, my bad.
No, it was more of a messed up joke in my head that if I say it, then the whole conversation just goes,
Sure. Okay.
and then we are off the races.
Oh, okay.
So I will not say it.
Okay, but I think like anyways, whether it is what type of body you want to have, you need to have certain self-awareness. First off, to make decisions that you can first have this inner sense of authority about whatever you do with your body, what you sleep, how you sleep, what you eat, what you move. I can tell from my own experience that this year my diet was a complete shit. From the beginning until the summer, I was pretty much eating all kinds of junk. Like I can tell you, like some people would wonder with the amount of food I was eating, you wonder how you're not yourself obese, because I was eating so much shit. But I can tell you, with now that I have started a new job, it forced me to change my eating habits, sleeping habits, all that stuff. I can say that the feeling is like difference between day and night. I feel much more energetic. My thinking is much more clearer. And yeah, I'm not trying to tell you, oh, you should start losing weight, but I'm just telling how my experience is.
Salesman.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sell you, but
Yeah, but I'm just telling from my own experience that I've noticed that how much better I feel when I sleep better and I eat better, and then I exercise, because it all compounds in all areas of my life: emotional, physical, of course,
Sexual.
sadly, mental, social, whatever. Even this conversation flows much better because I have taken care of all those areas. So I can just tell from my experience, the better I take care of my body, better I feel. Just plain simple, common sense. So I guess it really is about self-awareness, and also how honest you are yourself. Are you telling yourself, no, I accepted myself? Are you pretending that you're okay with it, but you're not really? So you're just full of shit, telling yourself that you're okay with it, but you're not really. So a question is like, are you truly accepting yourself, or just pretending that you have accepted it, although you haven't? So that's...
Did you have, or are you asking him something?
No. It's toward the subject. 'Cause I get what Peter is reaching at. I can agree with that, because in a lot of cases nowadays, what I've noticed, it's not about just I accept it. I pretend that I accept it, and I'm kind of like forcing you to believe it, so it kind of goes circle in a way that
It's like an echo chamber.
pretty much. So it's not just like, because the pure acceptance I would say it like this, that if everybody else was against the thought, what I've like telling me that your body is shit, but you alone, solely alone, are like, no, I'm good, and you are able to keep that, that's when we realize you actually truly actually accept it. But if it's more like I kind of accept it because
I have accepted that you have accepted.
yeah, and you gotta agree with me, otherwise you're in the wrong. And so
Why he sounds like my ex?
yeah, bro, what the
I don't know about that. I'm not gonna give any comments about that.
what the fuck? Hey, we have
No,
a flashback.
no, it doesn't sound like my ex. I don't let my ex talk like that. Jesus
I've
Christ.
heard way too many conversation like that, so that's why I remember it out of my head.
But no, but did you see the tone, how it's changed when he was impersonating someone?
Yeah, because I've literally seen that too many times. That because what like we constantly keep saying, like it don't matter if you're on the skinnier side of the spectrum or the bigger side of the spectrum, but the acceptance, it has like a kind of like a clear lining when it's truly about accepting yourself rather than just being like, I'm forcing it. I'm kind of pretending that I'm accepting it, or it's kind of like I'm creating a delulu in my head for you to accept it. And also on the department of settling, because there's some shit. Example from me as well. Hey, we gotta be honest. I have situation right now that I'm more like settling with it. With it, you know. For we all have our insecurities and departments that we come short in. Hey, God has blessed me in a lot of departments, and don't worry about that. But you know, we have our, you know, parts or behaviors or something that we are like, we can't really do much right now. We can still do something towards it, but we can do much. So we kind of like, well, it's part of me. It's what I got right now. So gotta be okay with it. That's settling. That's settling. But you know, the moment when you can be like, hey, that's what I got. You know, example, if you got a, you know, you're short king, quote unquote, or you know, on the slimmer side, you're like, hey, I'm sure, but that's what's up, baby. This is what you know, you're not like, I wish I could be taller, but you're like, you know, this is, I like this. You know, that's what accepting.
Yeah. But does it play other way around because it's easy. Like you're 6'2", 6'1", 6'2", a tall guy. I'm actually doing. He's 6'1" as well, 6'2". I'm 6 feet.
I think
Uh,
he's 6'2". I'm 6'1".
6'2", 6'1", 6 feet. I'm the shortest of these three. Think about that. But I am still above average. The average guy is 5'9", 5'10", something like that.
Yeah.
Think about the short guy. Now, why I'm saying is because it's easy to say, for example, as a tall guy who is athletically built, that if you think it like this, it will be like this. But how would a short guy say it to you? Because it's a little bit different when he is constantly rejected or judged by the thing that because he is short. And I'm gonna be honest with you, consciously or subconsciously, when you have an argument with somebody who is short and somebody who is tall, it's a little bit
It has a different tone.
different tone to it. You will not have the same attitude towards it.
I mean, understandable, but that comes down really hard to biology and the dating market. You can't really compete with something that you can't really do much about. That would be like,
Yeah, I'm asking the question.
it's understandable, but in that department, it just depends on the person's attitude towards it, and it will show if he or her is settling on that or is really accepting it. Because you will notice on the tone if somebody mentioned, "Oh, you short." Hey, if that nigga is like, "Baby, I'm short in that department, but I got a long thing." At that point, you definitely know he's cool with that. He's short, but if he's like, well, it don't matter. Like the taller ones don't even hit it like that. That's when you realize that he's like kind of like settling with his height or the idea that he's short, and so you will know by their tone of speaking that what state of mind they are in. But actually, I had something towards what you just were saying. For fuck's sake,
About the physical fitness, the fatness, the obesity. The acceptance, shortness.
Jeez.
Well,
Jesus, I missed it. Somebody wanna?
yeah.
Let me recall.
Did you have?
For now, I'm just listening.
For now, you're just saying.
I'm just listening.
Yeah, just listening. Yeah, and now we also will touch a little bit in the subject of how body positivity has been presented.
Keep going. I got it.
Oh, you got it.
I got it.
How the body positivity, Jesus Christ, body positivity has been marketed, I would say, and how is it being like towards young women? It has been more towards young women than anything else, because I've seen it. For example, if there is a guy who is obese, there is not a lot of love going on into him. I'm gonna be honest with you. And you know what's the worst part? If he has like homeboys,
Man, we bully this shit.
yeah, he's not surviving that because every time he's speaking with his friends, shut your fat ass up. You ain't doing shit. But this is where why I said that the tone voice changed because you sound like my ex. Not true. It's because women have more of it, where she will absolutely lie to her friend in order to make her feel happy or to feel proud.
Yeah.
Oh, I see those two.
You have seen it.
Way too many times.
Like-
Way too many times in a way of literally. I'm seeing it right now happen in front of my eyes. Later we walk away. Man, that bitch ugly as a motherfucker. What?
Everybody knows this. Actually, the woman that you used to know, she had a friend. You know where I'm going with this. And she, from the day that we met till the day that was maybe the end of it, that I haven't seen her anymore, I'm serious, maybe she gained for like 20 kilos.
Ooh, 20 kilos.
Oh, you mean that guy?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He knows exactly, and she was okay. Like, yeah, she had fat, even when she was younger. She had fat, but it wasn't like in a bad way.
It was that, baby girl, I
Yeah.
still grab that. I will
Yeah.
still jiggle that, don't worry about that.
And I have talked about this in a previous episodes.
Actually, when we were in that studio, he mentioned it.
Previous episodes where the woman actually has like naturally more fat than man because of the
Biological things.
biological thing,
Giving birth,
for example, and she had that, and it was okay, but after that, and she's younger than us, she was fat in a bad way. I see her Instagram. I don't follow her anymore, but I see her Instagram. She posted a pic, and clearly she was not looking good. Comments: queen, beautiful, sexy, oh my god. And I'm looking at it like, all these are lying.
Actually, it took me a moment to realize who you mentioned about, but then I heard.
I'm telling you. I was baffled because I thought it was just a joke.
And that's was something that I actually mentioned about it to my previous
Yeah,
about
yeah.
like, come on, man, why y'all even like chapping each other like that?
Yeah, like,
because
what-
that's bullshit, guys. The thing why we say guys are kind of like simple creatures because how we create relationships even. Man, we ain't gonna chap shit like, come on, you see your brother walking outside, or even a stranger that you could call friend to a degree, looks like they have like the dumbest looking clothes, or they are like, you see that they do not look good at the moment, and they're like, bro, how do I look? Be honest, what you gonna say? You already have the imagery in your head, like, bro, you look ass. Bro, you look ass. Are you gonna tell that brother, man? Bro, you look fine. You look good, bro. You look like a king, bro.
And you
No.
know, and you know what happens? Everybody knows this. We start roasting him.
Yeah, that's
That's not even the...
That's a question. That is not a question of opinion.
That's actually one of the reasons why I explain it. When your homeboys compliment you, it actually has a bigger value than when a female compliments you. Because at that point, you realize that the compliment is actually genuine.
Yeah.
Because other times when I've heard my homeboy be like, bro, does this pants look good? Bro, you look like a scrawny ass cockroach, bro. Throw that shit away. That's
What this coach throws it? How?
because that's a brutal honesty. That's a brutal honesty. And if you constantly keep getting that, the moment that you get that one compliment, you're like, oh shit, what? I was expecting you. Oh, okay. So this looks fine.
Yeah.
Because our egos are not inflated by like empty words of kind of like sugar coats. I would say like that.
Yeah, sugarcoat.
Because if you see something that does not look good, why don't you just honestly tell them so they can have the option of like improving themselves or bettering their situation? Because, like we said,
Sorry to interrupt. He's talking about actual friends. The guy who we just meet, yeah, he's a cool dude, but he's not friend. I'm gonna be brutally honest with him if he asks something. But for example, with him, I caught him lacking, or he catch me lacking.
it's on site.
It's on site. It's not even discussion. Hey, bro, you're looking a little thin. Maybe you should do something about it.
Do something. Go to the gym.
Go to the gym.
And this is what we know about. Because, example, with you, Yusuf, and even Anatoly, with him, I tell him straight up, bro, you dumb as a motherfucker. Like the thing that you do right now, because that's what you realize with like real kind of like homie. They hold you accountable. If they see something that is not cool, they're not gonna like lie to you, like to keep your emotions happy.
Remember?
Yeah,
When you did that stupid thing few years ago?
bro, I got to hear
We were sitting
in the cafeteria of our
Cafeteria.
university.
He told me the first thing I said was, "What? You stupid motherfucker!" Straight up, it was dumb.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like funny in a way. It was really dumb what he did.
The choices that I did that,
But
no drugs, no nothing like that. It was
no, it was something else.
Something else.
But the thing was that if it was a woman telling a woman,
nah, brother. No, but like that's what's up, because that's how you know who are real with you and how if she goes down, they're gonna stick by you, and that's what I keep telling you. Like, even though we call him, the homeboy, we could call him dumb. I tell him straight up. That's what I see. When you do something dumb, I'm gonna tell you dumb.
Yeah.
But when you do good, because I tell him, this one friend, who came out with Barrett last time. Yeah, I tell him straight up, like, you're one of the smartest, but at the same time, the dumbest motherfucker I ever known. Straight up. Because I want him to realize the thoughts that I have about him, so he has the options of improving from it. So I won't give him the sugar coats. Bro, you good, bro, hey, yo, bro. Because when somebody inflates your ego like that, you feel like you're perfect. You don't have that. You don't have like space to have like, oh shit, I'm lacking somewhere. I should improve something like that. So that's why I prefer how guys do it. But then of course there's the extremes when it becomes into a bullying. Then it might mismatch the aim.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Bro, it took me a second to realize who you were thinking about, because I was actually thinking about other person.
Yeah.
Other person.
Well, it's not just one off, but
still, you get the imagery, what he's trying to aim at. But goddamn, because I don't have Instagram, so I don't know about people nowadays, and I haven't talked to that person
very long time. Yeah.
Because nowadays I drop relationships like I drop my socks, bro. If you don't ask about me, don't talk to me, man, you gone. Mostly like females, but guys, I know, we don't talk for years. I'm like, we good. Oh yeah. But then there's certain individuals that I have kind of like a trial time. That if I realize during that trial time you haven't done any effort, keep pushing.
Yeah. Actually, I had quite recently one relationship ending. Actually, so I kind of quite recently. Actually,
quite recently.
Not like romantic, but like in general, like relationship, like
in general,
friend, like I mean friendship.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I was like, when was this?
This week, Monday, actually.
No, I'm just.
Yeah.
Sexual part, like.
Not
why?
sexual part.
She wasn't good in bed. She used teeth. Jesus.
Damn, I don't want to even imagine that. Yeah, but that happens. Well, I guess that happens. Well,
I hope.
Don't do that.
I hope not.
You have same situation?
No, but we're talking about friendships that you have some trial time. We're saying that some socks, and usually that's the way I usually go. What about majority of my common relationship? Let's say they have been on for about 2 or 3 years, but there was one relationship. Actually, you know about this. I've told about it repeatedly. Yeah. This was a relationship I've been holding on to for 15 years. From 10 to 15 years. It was actually my guy. Actually, one person that was there for me for a very long time. So that kind of relationship was really, really difficult to let go. And it took about 2 years ago let go of that, because it was really difficult. Because first I wasn't able to be direct about it, but once I was, just like that, it just ended. So in that way, I understand. Like with friends, especially with homies, if you want to let go, you need to be direct. You got to be straight with them. He actually just told me, like, I was expecting to turn into some shitstorm for some reason, but I think on the other hand, he actually said that he really appreciated it because I was being honest and truthful to him. Like, he told me never let go of that trait of you. This is actually you, and that was like, it was really loving and peaceful conversation. I was really happy.
Strong, brother. Stay strong.
Well. Anyway, so that was very, very tough call, and of course, I'm still kind of a bit saddened, but like all the memories going to festivals, having the band together actually, and all that kind of stuff.
Now you understand my struggle for the past few
years. Yeah. But
it's good.
Anyways,
how I say, if I wasn't meant to be in your life, and if at least I have improved your life in a way, to some degree, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like, I heard repeatedly, actually, from you and many other people as well, that he just did come, because the things that were coming out of his mouth, some of them, well, he didn't mean all of them, but from time to time, they kind of made me feel quite bad about myself.
My guy was drinking the venom.
And maybe he didn't even realize what I was saying, but for me it had a negative impact, and there was a lot of distrust and all that kind of stuff. And I felt like even if maybe we could have worked them out, but then there came the question like, is this relationship worth my time? Do I really want to work on this kind of relationship? And I realized when I was comparing like the dynamics with you, for example, or other people, of course I would keep this relationship for myself, but with him it was like,
it is what it is, pretty much.
yeah, like I wasn't like completely like, oh, of course I want to keep this relationship. Like it was more like, oh well, I guess I can keep it. You know that kind of. Well, I guess it will do. That kind of like reaction to me. It kind of told me, okay, maybe it's good time. And so many people were telling you just gotta let go of that guy already.
Yeah.
So with that, I kind of made the decision. But that's a bit besides the point. But I just want to comment on that, like. With like even with the most toughest decisions, if you really want to handle even conflict with a man, or even to the point of breaking up, you need to be honest with them.
Yes.
As much as you can, brutally honest, even better.
Yes. And it's like a band-aid when you take it off.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. When you take it off, it hurts.
Damn, it
But
did.
afterwards is that ease.
Yeah.
The same thing.
Oh yeah.
And actually, I told him, because when he told me about this friendship, I told him that it's not a good option. It's not a good option to be in. It's not a good option because friendships you choose. You choose with whom you are a friend. And you choose, and when you choose, you have that choice. You cannot choose your mother or your father or your brother or your sister. You cannot choose them. God gives them to you. Friendship you can choose.
Yeah.
And you chose the man at that time. Now it's not a good thing for you.
Yeah. Yeah. They like it.
And we have me with my friend here. We have dropped many friends.
Yeah.
Many friends. And it's a bad thing to say in a sense, but I cannot call you a friend if you haven't moved from point A to point B, but you haven't even like tried to be a friend. You have been just a negative influence altogether. I don't want to hang around with you. I don't want to spend my time with you. We don't have a lot of time in this world. People think, and this trip that I went, I came back, even the fear of death. Because initially we have it, but now it has somehow sustained it away because, okay, it's a beautiful thing that we die. If there is no death, there is no life. Now, the thing is, do you want to waste your life on the people that doesn't deserve you?
Yeah. I guess the only problem comes then when there are people who think the other way around, that they are not worthy of those guys who are already, not the best people to be around.
Yeah.
That keeps you stuck in the relationship, but yeah.
So my question comes around to the self-acceptance and
Yes.
body positivity.
Yes.
Because the disrespect doesn't start off that day and then it's the rest of your life. But usually it starts off with yourself. Do you allow that person to treat you like that? It's always like that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if I ever, any day start to put up a class where there are young students there, I don't know about that. But if I ever put a class where I'm teaching them about something, I'm gonna tell them straight up, if you want to use your phone, go outside. But in classroom, don't. If you are not interested when I'm talking, don't waste your time here. And don't waste my time here. Get out. Simple as that.
About the ones that want to learn.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be even more straight up. If somebody then tests this, that they pull out the phone, I'm gonna say just get out. I don't want to be with you here.
Detention.
Not detention. No.
Ass whooping.
Ass whooping, yeah.
Ass whooping.
Yeah, let's fight about it.
Oh, you want to square up? You want to fight
Detention,
out?
and then there is ass whooping.
Now there you go. And detention is the old school style. You stand with one leg in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. So self-acceptance And body positivity, how does it? I cannot say how does it. No, it is not not the right, not the right way to ask. But more so is there. What I want to say is that how does it affect, for example, in a relationship? Well, you have maybe a better view on this than me. But in a relationship and in a friendship, body positivity. Well, we discussed the more of a friendship, friendship aspect of it, how the friendship goes. But I would say that was more. Can I say drawing the lines and boundaries and more of that, which is, by the way, very important, and in every relationship, and I've seen it being not utilized very well. I've seen that.
I already know he's thinking about the certain people in relationship who have been dog ragged.
I'm telling you, man, it's not. Okay, I'm gonna say it. Fuck it.
I know you already know what you were thinking. So.
You know, it's not okay that there is a woman who is in a relationship and then she openly, admittedly sleeps with other men.
Bro, that ain't even a relationship in my understanding at that point, man.
No, I'm in a relationship with him, but if I go with you, it's okay. How?
Street sensei, bro.
How?
See, street sensei.
Do you know what's the worst part? That guy plays like a professional ice hockey.
Man, street sensei for nobody.
Think about that. That's why they are. That's why they made sidewalks.
Street sensei for nobody.
I would say. Wait a second. How much? Because I don't want to just ramble around. Oh, yeah. I think it's a good time to go to the last part and then to end with a last thought. Last question or last thing. Where does the body positivity or self-acceptance come from? And how would, for example, the guy or the girl who is watching or hearing this would have like value out of it, become better at it, or somehow get something out of this? Or how would they do it, for example, if they are like in the midst of it? Okay, how do I do it? Or I have body dysmorphia, where should I do it? How would you say to wrap the thing around it? Like, I would say a last thing, like an advice thing. Can we say like that? Do you have anything to say firstly, or I'm gonna go first?
Good, if you got something, catch up.
I got something to say.
Okay, let's go.
So a pretty simple thing. First off, of course, you need to. If, for example, if you have a problem with certain body part of you, booty. That's it. You're a woman, then you have a booty problem. Let's make it okay. So, what is the part of that makes you not okay with it? I guess first off, and journal it down and really look into it. What is wrong with your butt? And then next thing you know, you start when you wrote more and more thoughts about it. What makes you unsatisfied with it? Then you start realizing, okay, so now I have all these things written down. You can start looking at the sentences and really cutting it down into pieces. Okay, so what makes me not okay with it? Okay, so here's the thought, like, okay, it's too small or whatever it is. Okay, so why is it so horrible that it's this way? Like, is it really that bad? I couldn't live with it. Or if it's so bad, can I do something about it? Like, for example, go to the gym, or I don't know what else we can do. Like, of course, have some surgeries, but I think the most simple way, something else. But the most simple thing is the most simple thing is going to the gym. Or if that's not okay, like, do you want to some other sports that's going to also help you improve that? Basketball or whatever sports.
Is the thing. Or sprints.
Yeah. Like, there are many options, and then like just put those toes down and really look at them. And one book actually I could recommend reading about this is actually A Guide to Rational Living by Albert Ellis. Albert Ellis is a really great book because it kind of gives you insight about, like, okay, what is happening in your mind and where are those thoughts coming from? What makes you think that something is so awful that you can handle it? And it's actually called masturbatory thoughts. So
You know, when he said that there's a good book, immediately I was like, what kind of book tells you about the booty?
it doesn't talk about booty.
Yeah, I was like, well, hold
So
on.
no. So if there's someone that, I want to read a book about booty, it's not about booty. It's not about booty. It's but we're talking about the part where we're talking about issues, whether it's booty or it's your, let's say, legs or whatever part is it. If you have a problem with it, if you don't like your face, for example, then I don't know, your face. If you don't like your face,
Put a mask on.
put a mask on.
Hey.
Yeah, that's the reason. You know what? You're not forget about it. If you don't like your face, just put on a mask. Just forget about it. Yeah, like if you don't, there's some part. Just write it down and really look at like what makes it so huge problem. Maybe, okay, it's fine. Maybe you feel like you're not that good looking or something. Like maybe think, is it really that horrible? Is there something you can do about it? Like literally, don't just rumble on the self-pity or whatever. Oh, this is horrible. Just think about, is there something you can do about it? Is there someone who could help you? Is there certain kind of people you could surround yourself with and find a solution together if you don't know how to find that solution? That's my 2 cents on it.
No, with all seriousness.
I was asking him that what book do you know about booty?
I mean, we got the book of Kama Sutra. What? Yeah.
I don't know about that.
You don't know about that.
You don't know about that.
Anything about that.
I mean,
I don't know
specialized.
anything about that.
He already read it twice. But yeah, back to the subject.
Books about booty.
About not about the booty, but what Pyry was saying pretty much. I resonate with it because it usually let's start with the individual stage. So as an individual, you just have to like figure out or actually be honest with yourself. Like, am I good with what I'm right now? Oh shit, my bad. Your cards are falling already from our microphone.
Too much money, baby.
Too much money, baby.
Too much money,
So basically, start with honesty. Like, look at yourself in the mirror and be like, "Am I good with this?" Like, don't even try to like delulu yourself. Oh, well, I'm right here right now, so don't try to settle with it. Just be honest. Like, is this what you want, and would you be satisfied with this in the long run? And don't try to find acceptance from others to like justify your delulu in a sense. And then in a close circle or your friends or family or etc., in those stages, I would say like if you're that friend, be honest. You don't need to be brutally honest, but be honest enough that you don't give that false sense of what I'm doing or what I'm wearing or being right now is okay. Especially if you as a friend see that it's not okay in your mind, but you don't want to say it out loud. And also, as a friend, you have to understand the stage that somebody is right now is not a permanent. You know what I mean? Permanent. So you get what I'm trying to say. That person and person's body is ever evolving and changing. So if somebody is a little bit scrawny right now or a little bit in the bigger side, you have to understand, especially if their mind is still that they want to get better or be better. Don't try to be like, well, you shit right now, bro. You shit. You ain't gonna be shit. You're like, shit. Yeah, exactly. Understand that they're right now here, and you fine by it, and you do not add to the delulu like, oh, you're in shit state. Oh, there's nothing to worry about. Stay in your shit stage. Yeah, exactly. So, as a close friend or family member, be honest and don't bash them on their stage.
You can be honest. You can be honest. You can be honest without being a dick. You can just tell it, be straightforward. Hey, here's the thing. I don't think this is looking really good for you. I think you could improve on it. Instead of, oh, you look like shit. What's wrong with you, man? That's a totally different way of speaking. Like also, like it doesn't really matter what exactly you say, how you say what you say, right? You can say a lot of things, but if you say it correctly, you can say a lot of stuff. But if you just say bluntly something, anything can come out wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
Just side noting from that, because honesty isn't really the main subject of our today, but it gives off a good base and good ground where to head off from. Because trust me, if you have somebody close to you who constantly tells you things honestly, the day that they tell you something that you finally want to hear because they agree with you, bruh, bruh, that's a different type of flex that day, bro. Because imagine your friend has been like, because in a sense, it's also they're looking the good out for you. Because a lot of people think that it's a bad thing to somebody to tell you like, no, that does not suit you. It not must, especially if it's somebody that you're close with. Of course, I understand if somebody's stranger and so etc. You shouldn't take somebody's opinion seriously. But if somebody really close to you and you know they do not mean harm to you anyway, your shape, and they tell you straight up, bro, the thing you're wearing right now, kind of like the same what I told you about your hair. If you grow it out, bro, you will bang it your way. They usually tend to mean that they care about you to a deeper degree. So yeah, that's that, and yeah, shit. I don't really got much about the body positivity in that sense, but. Oh yeah, and segue to the earlier about relationship, because you all know my situation. Back when I was in a relationship, it was something that I constantly kept telling my partner during that time, that because she was one of those who tells her friend, "Oh, you look good, you blah 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 blah," and I knew that somewhere she's like, let's be honest, you lying in that department, like you telling that just for the sake of being good person, because. There was a lot of people that tend to forget that we say things also to bring out good image of ourselves. So it's not necessarily just honesty or blah, blah, blah. You're trying to bring out that you're a good person and, fit into the horde that, I'm accepting, etc., but you're not trying to tell the real honest. So I was like constantly, every time when she had a problem with her friend or she saw something or etc., I'm like, be honest, just tell that person honestly, because it don't matter how they react to it, but at least when you have told it honestly out, you don't have to worry about it anymore afterward. Because the receiving end will have to work with the truthful information that they got, and whatever they choose to do with that, that's on them. Pretty much, that's on them.
There's no control over it.
Pretty much, and you have a peace of mind that you don't have to because when you lie. And I bet y'all both been in that situation. When you lie, you constantly have to think about it and how to maintain that lie.
Yeah.
You can really slack at that point when you lie.
I don't know about that.
So yeah, that was a segue to the Instagram pictures that you told me, because that was something that I constantly got to see. So I'm like, what you doing?
You're wearing the first person view.
Yeah, I had that first person view. That's why I'm like, a lot of people stand on shit, basically. They're bullshitters, and that's not a good trait as a friend, especially as a friend, especially when you claim to be close friend to somebody. That's how, because if Hideo told me, especially when I'm like, oh, the hairstyle, or example, I let myself loose and I'll be like, this what's up, and Hideo like, bro, you don't look good.
I had a really great story. Like, this was back in 2018 when we were partying with my friend. We had this huge house party at some place, and my friend's hair was dyed, like really like a turquoise blue, very like really radical color. Do you know what I told him? I told him like, your hair looked like a fucking parrot.
Well, hey, that's the reality.
Yeah, like, I mean, what kind of tropical bird is on your head there? I didn't start saying, oh, this looks great. I just told you, bro, what did you do?
But you see with that, that's even though if the guy was like, I don't give a fuck, that's what's up, but at least he has the honest opinion that your homeboy sees how it is. So the day that you actually tell him that, bro, you look good, he knows that you're telling the honest opinion, because you haven't lied to him in between. And he or she doesn't have to second think anything you say, pretty much.
Where does, now a little bit off the subject, but still, no, it's just a quick question, I would say.
Yeah.
Where does the line goes between the honesty and just that they want to put you down, they don't want good for you? Where does the go? Where is the line? Or is there a clear line?
Well, directly I would. Well, it kind of depends. That's why I said earlier about how close you are. to begin with to tell that. Because if you're just a friend, the ones that see here and there, and it's kind of hard to like separate it, unless they have constantly showed you, even though you don't meet that often, but they constantly have showed you with their words and behaviors that they mean what they do, and so on. Then of course you have that like gray area. But when it's your close family member, friend, or etc., you have that certain data of them already, because you have seen how they behave in life, how they behave with certain people, how they do things, etc., etc. So you can base it off somewhere. So I would say the moment that you know they mean good to you is, at least personally to me, is when they want you to do the same toward them as well on that same subject. So they want you to do basically the same to them as they do to you. That's when you know, because if they do not accept any of your opinions, but they like to put opinions toward you, that's when you know something's up. So that's a quick tip to some people. If they do not accept the same critical feedback as you get from them, some are right.
So basically reciprocity.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that. And for me, I think like the bigger thing is also like, is this person who is telling you the truth, whatever is it whether it's true or not? I think what tells the way is if it's truth based on love or truth based on just wanting to hurt you. I think it all comes down to what is the focus of that criticism. Are they criticizing your actions, or are they criticizing you as a person? Also, like, are they telling you, hey, this is what you're doing, this is not good for you, this is gonna cause blah 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 blah. Or okay, you're doing this makes you blah 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 kind of person. I think that's already kind of wrong from place to frame the situation. How would I put it? Like I don't think that's gonna do any good, because like if you start making a point of like what kind of person it makes you, of course it can be also that person just doesn't know the difference between actions and someone's word, but that's a different question. I guess I need to kind of agree with you there. Like, it really depends also on how much you know him, that person. And you also know, like, is he really there for you also when something good happens? Or is he also throwing shit on you when you're doing well? If he's always constantly criticizing you about every single thing you're doing and telling you, oh, you probably blah, 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 this kind of jealous blubber of mouth. If he's always, nothing but negative comes out of his mouth, and even worse, something bad for you happens, and then he is opposite. Like, it almost sounds very joyful, excited or joyful about it. Like, oh well, it happens. Too bad. Just deal with it and get over. I think I think that's the most clear way to tell if he's happy that you're suffering and angry when you're succeeding. I guess that's the clearest way to tell away if it really means good for you. But if it's truly, genuinely there for you during the bad times and good times, I don't think you have anything to worry about.
Your win is my win. That's what's up. Then you know it.
Yeah, but that's my way of viewing it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And funny thing, quick segue to your earlier about, because one reason why I kind of like noticed would censor who's good for you and so on, because I was actually the one who tended to critique my partner that way. That sometimes it tended to go into the rather than action to the person more, because I was like, man, because you tend to be like this constantly, so most definitely that the thing you do is basically pure imagery of that and so on. That was my bad habit, and that was my apologies back then, but that's why, because I realized, because I tended to shift it into that a lot of times, that I started criticizing the person rather than action, and it went the whole shit, and it was a whole chaos, but that was that back then.
Yes, sir. The question was for me as well.
Yeah.
How I would notice where the line goes for me is a little bit more difficult, I would say, because I've had a brother, and the brother has been, for my brother, has been the constant all the time, and he's the toughest guy for these kind of things. If he gives you a compliment, you better write it down somewhere. He's tough, but he's tough because of that. Because of he actually wants me to do better. In the gym, for example, we have that. Well, We have that. Well, you can do better. You can do better.
on now,
Come
stop
on,
it, please.
you can do it better. Or we just stand in there and look how he's doing it. So I want to do better than him. Just showcasing. And it's sometimes maybe it goes too far with us, but
Absolute dog shit.
but it's just that it's that
Brotherly banter.
brotherly banter, brotherly love. That's, I would say, is love. And I'm very fortunate with that. And how do I know? For me, is that if somebody critiques me and their critique is not genuine in a sense as if same of my brothers, I have like comparison place where I can compare somebody who is talking to me with my brother. My brother always have been honest with me, even when he doesn't want to. So if somebody critiques me, usually I tend to first look at it, okay, who is this person? What kind of history? No, it always comes down to this, because if some random guy in the street says, oh, you're gay, I'm looking at him like, well,
Too bad.
what's in it for you? Yeah, what's in it for you?
Why do you know that?
But if a gay person says to me, you are gay, I will look at him like, why are you trying to gaslight me, dog?
He said dog on top of that. Yeah, damn.
You get what I'm saying? Like there
If
is...
a gay guy says you look gay, at that point something is going wrong with you.
You get what I'm saying?
From his perspective, it's a compliment.
At that point, that's
But my point is that I always look at it where it's coming from. Because of that, there is also actually another place where if you don't know the person, the history of their person, what kind of troubles they have had, what kind of traumas they have, it's very hard to assess how much of genuinity they have, how much of a realism they have. And understand even this. If he says to me that I've done something wrong, and he says to me that I've done something right, it's their perspective in their reality. Understand that. Because I almost got a confrontation in the graveyard with a dog, and it was either me or the dog. I haven't told you this story.
Think, what the
Yeah.
The survival story. Like
Survival story. Well,
every year he comes here to Finland after
With that
visiting
big-
his country.
yeah.
Every fucking time. I almost died during the summer.
Then you're like, so how the hell do you end up in those situations? I don't know.
Well, this is the last story before the ending. I went to the homeland, and now in the homeland they celebrate Eid because it's the Muslim country, and we have a tradition in our family when the Eid day is, we go do the Eid prayer, we go meet the family members, and we go to the grave, to the gravestone where our forefathers are, and we go and pay respects and pray for them. And we went there, but the grave was on of grass, like nobody had cut it, nobody had done anything about it. The worst part is, and I asked the guy who was with me, I asked him that what happened. He said, well, the guy who took care of it, he died also.
Irony.
Hey,
Think about that. Like the irony. Like Puru said.
rest in peace, brother.
Rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace.
And one day I took, as any guy who goes to his grandparents' grave, took an obligation to clean the grave, at least the part where he's like put under. And I took a sickle. Now you know what kind of sickle are. And I took a sickle because you cannot use what's the call in English? The bigger suit? Yeah. You cannot use that because there's the space where you have to use it is very tight. So there is not a lot of space. And of course, you don't want to break the scythe because you have gravestones over there. Ding! Yeah, it's done. I have actually broken one of those. But different story, different time.
My guy has a whole package of goddamn.
So I was doing the work with a sickle. Now, the grave is in the corner of a graveyard, but not in the corner. It's like a 10 meters, 20 meters off the corner. And I was doing, now the corner is here and the grave is over here. And I'm doing here the work, my back against other side. And I hear footsteps in the grass. So I know for a fact it's not a human being. It has to be a dog. There's no way else. A dog. The problem is that it's not some house dog, a pet. It's hungry, it's angry, and it's ready to kill you for food. That kind of dog. And of course, they will have rabies and other bacteria. It can make you regret that you ever went to the graveyard, because then you go to the grave.
You hear that? That's it. Game over.
Game over. Come on, my brother. He was afraid of this.
I saw Vietnam flashback.
And I was doing with the sickle the cleaning when I hear the barking. And I turn around and it's like 5 meters from me. The grass and the dog. And I'm in a situation where I acknowledge that now it's either me or the dog. It's do or die, baby.
Who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out? Exactly. It's either me or him. There's no other way around. Because I will not die because of some dog tried to bite me.
My guy said somebody has to see the afterlife.
Somebody has to go into the grave, my brother. And it was barking, it was barking, it was barking. I was facing towards it and with the sickle in my hand. Fortunately, I was still like, now I'm facing the dog, but I'm still doing the work. So, because the work doesn't stop.
Hey, he said, I still got business to do. Got business.
The dog didn't attack me. It went over. When it went over, it looked like a German Shepherd or Malinus. One of those.
Big dog.
It wasn't like a big dog, but it's still
Sizable enough to...
But it's that kind of dog that if you put up it will put up a fight. You will have a little harder time than some poodle. Like you see
a lot.
you see the laugh like a poodle. Come on, get out of here.
What poodles? Chihuahua? What the hell?
But the story goes to show the reality of the place. In my reality, it's either me or them, and I will choose me every time.
Of course.
If I, for example, took someone, for example, Puru, who has never had this kind of experience, he will look at it like, well, it's not that danger. Well,
Bruh. Do you think I have zero sense of self-protection or what? Do you think I'm just gonna, oh, that's a dog!
Let me pet that dog.
Let's go and rub that dog, so you know what, whatever is it called? Like the fur. Let's go rub his fur, like, it's probably not dangerous.
pet it.
Yeah, let's go pet it like there, you know, probably it's just friendly, maybe it just wants some trees. Yeah, sure, it wants this tree.
It's gone.
No,
He's gonna eat the whole hand though, I know that now.
I know, of course, Puru knows, but I'm just taking an example. My bad. I'm just taking an example
Come on.
I'm just taking an example of somebody who has lived in a place where dogs are pets, and they have been inside the house, inside this kind of a settlement where how you, first of all, this is not natural to a dog. It's not natural even to a human, but for a dog especially, it's not. That you're just inside. Now, when a human being over here, born and raised here, they have a dog, they have a pet here, they are accustomed to it that pets are not dangerous. They will not do anything. They go to these kind of places, and oh boy, you can die.
Dog throwing hands ready to
You can die.
The one thing I actually thought, right, when I was really small child, I used to be really scared of dogs. But my parents thought if you don't fear them, they're not going to fear you. And the thing that I was taught as a very first lesson when you go to dog, you don't go to them, they come to you. You hold your hand like this, for example, and if the dog wants to come, it comes. But if you don't know that, you just assume every single dog is a pet, you can go, of course, they're going to bit your head off.
Yeah.
They're gonna eat your hand. They're gonna do whatever they want. Especially if they're hungry, they have rabies, whatever they have. Exactly. Nice sound. Nice sound effect. Anyways, like it really depends on how you were raised to handle any pets in general. If you don't know that you shouldn't approach dog like this, of course you're gonna assume that every single dog is gonna be friendly and nice, all that kind of stuff, until they bite you and you're gonna regret it.
So that was just a quick story about the realities. That my reality is very different from his reality, very different from his reality, and thank God it's like that. Because if everybody had that same, yeah, do you think what I think? Yeah, and what about you? Do you think what I think? Yeah, we good.
You're responsible. You already know that. Why you ask?
Exactly.
We all in this together.
Who is we, bro? So, any last thoughts on body positivity, self-acceptance, and well, we jumped a little bit places to places, but I think we kept a good talk.
It was a good conversation.
Any last thoughts?
Skinny or fat, you beautiful baby. But if you're overweight or too skinny, bro, you better take care of something, man. Come on, man. We can't be lacking like that. But yeah, we love you all.
Yeah, just be honest with yourself and take care of yourself. I guess that's the best advice I can give you. Like, whatever is your condition, I wish you the best. I hope you have a very great life. That sounds like a fucking farewell or something. But like, I truly mean see you later. Yeah, bye bye. But yeah, anyways, like, as long as you're able to do the things without your physique being limitations, sure, I don't really care what is your body type in a way. But if it causes problems, then I think you better be honest with yourself and really ask, am I truly accepting myself, or am I just settling? And find ways to increase your self-awareness, at least. And not just about your body physique, but many other things, because when you increase your self-awareness, it's not going to only make difference in your physique, but that's a topic for a complete different episode, I think.
Yes, sir.
That's my take on it.
Yes, sir. Amen to that, my brothers. The episode is done. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you liked it, or you didn't like it. At least you got something out of it. I believe so.
Yes. I know my outro. As long as we still got this ghetto meaning to my outro.
Yes, sir. Yes. Peace out.